don't know what contact I put in. I don't even know what I'm doing. Get that thing off me.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special and regular, reoccurring, never skip a week issue of the Jet Set Insider. My name is Robert Victor Anthony Murgatroyd. This lovely lady to my right, but it really looks left, I don't understand how mirror images happen, is my wife, Kimberly. Kimberly?
Hello.
Curtsy and say hello.
Welcome back.
So,
where the heck have you been?
I suppose what's been on your minds
from the emails, tweets, Facebook messages
is, have you guys died? Are you still around? What the hell's going on with you? I mean, the long story is, since I've
they want the short story.
The short story since I've last left you is I've become an international DJ, traveling around the world, and
you and Swedish House Mafia, they invited you in.
Yeah, I have Tiesto is actually going to be opening for me at Madison Square Garden, I think, next week. But no, seriously, I've been otherwise engaged in another interest, another pursuit, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Actually, you know what? Why don't we talk about it right now? The long and the short of it is, I've been always interested in music, but I can't sing.
I mean, you guys remember when I did the segment on Rob stalking every DJ in the world for music? Like, this really has very deep roots. So
yeah, I mean, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't play an instrument, but I figured if I wanted to be
very auditory.
If I wanted to be in the world of music, I figured, well, there's a possibility here. Maybe, perhaps, I could learn how to DJ. Long story short,
He's actually pretty damn good at it.
Thank you.
What started as a hobby, a boredom hobby 1 year ago, has now, within 6 months, you were playing in a club.
Mm-hmm.
And within, a couple months after that, you were on Fit Radio, which, by the way, we love. And if you have not downloaded their app, go to Fit Radio and do that in the App Store, because you can listen to all kinds of mixes of music, anything from rock to electronic, which is what he plays, or anything else. And if you want to see him on Fit Radio, or listen to him, I should say, just type in Murgatroyd, Murgatroyd.
Oh, what a name. What a name. I don't know how I'm going to market that name. I mean, the good news is that if somebody Googles it, I'll be the only one that comes up theoretically. But damn, that's a name. For those of you that want to see what this thing looks like, this little setup that we have in the house.
Let's go show them.
Yeah, let's go show them. Let's go check it out.
Honey, did you make the bed?
Yes, I did. Okay. So this is the bedroom, and this is the closet. So I know it sounds weird that I'm DJing in the closet, but
it makes perfect sense.
It's actually kind of like a ridiculously large closet.
It makes pretty much perfect sense to most people.
So what I did was I soundproofed this room, the ceiling, the walls, and I built this.
Who built?
Kim builds, because I can't do anything similar to this. This case from IKEA, and we put this controller on it. And by the way, I get asked this 3,000 times a day. It is a Pioneer. Kim, zoom in on that. DDJ-SX. It's a really, really great controller. It's about $1,000, not like 10,000
Can
like
you show
a
us the back of
CDJ.
your laptop?
The back of my laptop has a little Murgatroyd thing on it. And we've got two monitors, they're called, and one subwoofer on the floor. It's got this little thing called a granny on it, which stops the subwoofer bass from vibrating all over the house. And
This is where you've been?
this is where I've been. Got a little hook for my my headphones over here. And this is where the magic happens. So, knock wood, I'll be creating some cool tunes down here.
Is
making
IKEA
some...
wood or is it like...
Formica. Formica. Pressed wood, anyway.
Pressed wood.
And these are actually soundproof
Why don't you close the curtains?
curtains. Okay.
3, 2, and... Goodbye. I told him, I said, the first big party that we throw where he's DJing, we're going to call it Coming Out of the Closet.
She thinks that's...
And by the way, we have parties in the closet. That's the funny thing.
We have, and I recommend a product called Wine
Away.
because when the wine spills on the carpeting in the closet, Wine Away.
Or on clothes or anything else.
Wine Away will get it away. But yes, we've actually had several parties. Closet parties. And if you'd like to be invited to a closet party, so that's the world with DJing. And I'm sure as time goes on, maybe you can write in and tell us if that's
even
something.
To you.
If it's interesting, we can keep talking about it. If it's not, we'll just let it go.
But really, where this started from is where the heck have we been, right? So first, last year in January, I have a rule that Rob is not allowed to buy any more electronics, meaning iPods, iPhones, computers, or any device until he sells the current device. Because every time Apple comes out with a new product, which is like every 6 minutes.
Which is every other week, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to go buy it, and I'm not doing it. Somebody, if we still want to travel, somebody in this relationship has to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
So I am that person. So I make him sell the current device prior to getting the new one. So he got really excited about the new iMac, which is what we edit all our videos and everything on. And he sold our old one and then went to place the order for the new one, and they were back ordered for 3 months. And so we had no real great way of making this podcast for a good 3 months. And when you get out of a rhythm of one thing and then you get in the rhythm of another, which for him was his DJing out, as well as making podcasts for Fit Radio and stuff like that, it just became very difficult to get back in the groove. But we are back.
Yeah, so we're going to do it. I mean, it's difficult because if you think about it, I go on, let's say, at 12:30. Today is Friday. I go on at 12:30. There's the preparation for the set, and then there's I need to make sure I'm not a machine. I need a little bit of rest to be able to get through it. So it takes a lot. It's been tough. It's been tough juggling different interests, but I think we've got we're a little left of center, and I think we're back.
Yeah.
So we've got a really. Why does everybody say that? We've got a great show. Does anybody go, we have a shitty show?
We have a really
This is going to suck. This is actually going to suck.
Actually, you played the shit show at Opera. So, yes, they do.
I did. You should put a little...
hashtag shit show?
A little linkage so they can show them what the shit... I won't go into the shit show, but...
It's cool.
But it's worth... Actually, maybe next week we'll do that.
Maybe next week. All right. So... You want me to talk about this episode?
Yeah, tell them what we got coming up.
All right. So in this episode, we are taking you back to our favorite place on earth, Mykonos, which we spent 3 weeks this summer. So we have lots of stuff for you. Our first segment, we're going to give you our top 5 Mykonos musts for 2013. Every year, things change just a little bit there, and we want to give you what we really loved this past summer. Our second segment, we are going to talk about what happens when you go out, get a little tipsy, and wake up in the morning and check your iPhone and find all kinds of things that you probably didn't remember.
Why is it that in the moment, everything that you're doing, I know, alcohol, in the moment, everything you're doing is just great, and then you wake up the next morning
and you see the pictures.
See, it used to be years ago where your friends would tell
you the story of what you did.
Now it's on Instagram.
Yeah, because if you drunk Instagrammed, that's even worse. So that will be our second segment. Then we are going to learn that Rob doesn't know testicles from tits, and yes, I said tits twice.
Can you say that again slower?
No, that's a different show.
Oh.
Then we're going to share with you guys our new favorite video
That's
app.
really funny. I like that.
I told you I'm smart.
Yeah, you are.
Our new favorite video app that will give you guys different looks without having to learn how to use Final Cut Pro to get them.
Different filters.
Yes, different looks.
Mhm.
Yeah, they understand me.
I mean, I don't know if they thought like,
Oh, that's a look, all right. All right, and then in our last segment, we are going to show you a little fantasy festival that should be added to your bucket list.
is that the fantasy you were talking about before, or
No,
this is a different
this
kind
is
of
not
thing?
your fantasy.
All right, so let's get into the first one. Let me steal that cursor from you because
There you go.
I need to.
Well, I need to do one thing.
You do? What do you
Yes.
need to do?
I need to thank my girl over at Nina Swimwear. She totally hooked me up this summer with 3 spectacular bikinis, and I am in absolute love with them. Best quality of a bikini that I've ever
Yeah,
had.
I mean, I have to tell you, I am not.
What happened when we were on the beach at Paraga
Well,
Beach?
it's not even that.
No, it is that.
Well,
What happened?
You mean everybody stopping you?
Everybody's stopping me, asking me about this swimwear. So it was pretty crazy because I'll show you a picture. Here, hold on. Let me show you.
It has a little bit to do, honestly, with what was in the bikini.
No, it doesn't, because I wore
No?
other bikinis during our 3 weeks and nobody stopped to ask about those.
Okay.
These are really unique because, and it was girls, it wasn't guys. Although, I mean, you never know. But so, anywho,
I know
adding to your story.
No, your mother watches this, which is why
Stop
your
it,
mom
stop
actually
it.
held me back.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
it was-
Okay. Anywho, I want to show you a little picture of what I got from Nina real quick. So here you go. All right. And then here's another little picture of me and one of our travel buddies, Tony Best, jumping at the Andronicus pool in our Nina swimwear. They're so unique, so stunning, and if you guys get a chance, go to Nina Swim and check them out. They're amazing. I'll put a link.
Speaking of the Andronicus Hotel, a story comes to mind, which I think is
Really funny.
Which is really funny.
Which, by the way, the Andronicus Hotel, they're sponsoring our show today. Just want to give a little shout out to them. Again, 3 weeks there was fantastic, and he'll tell you the story, and then I'm going to put a couple of photos in here so you guys can see how amazing.
Before I
this
tell you the story, the Andronicus. If you think about Andronicus, right, the name Andronicus, it happens to be somebody's last name. So, as we all know, Greek words are not the easiest to pronounce.
Yeah.
So you can go on Google and try and type in Andronicus; it'll correct you. But if it didn't correct you, you might get it wrong. So when you're in Greece, after a while, you start to get used to hearing funny names. But there was one in particular
in the airport.
I think when we landed in Athens, and we're sitting there for like 2 or 3 hours, and there was like a store there that sold eyeglasses. So it said the guy's name, which I guess a lot of things use their last name there because it's Mom and Poppy. The guy's name, the owner of the eyeglass store, followed by vision optical,
Yeah.
right? So
well, I'm going to show it.
Okay.
Let me show a picture real quick.
We have been studying this, and we've actually given
During our 3-hour layover.
Yeah, we've actually given him a first name. We've called him Jimmy. Okay, so I don't know what his first name is. I'm sure it's probably
Nick, Jimmy, George.
equally as complicated as it's probably Stavros or something. But we can say Jimmy's last name now. Watch this. This is a little party trick. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Jimmy Papadimantopoulos.
There you have it.
Papadimantopoulos.
And by the way, if your last name, and we think walking around with the last name Murgatroyd is difficult, like him naming his DJ name is just Murgatroyd and we have to spell it all the time. Imagine going to Papadimantopoulos Optical.
Yeah.
Just, go down the street to the left and on the right, you're going to see Papadimantopoulos.
Remember how you drop your chin
Or
to
go
count
down,
the syllables?
or
How
go,
many are there?
I don't know, but
Papadimantopoulos.
this
That's
is
like,
a really weird thing you're doing.
well, it was a lot.
But, if you do, go to papadiamantopoulos.com.
Kimberly, are you
Yeah.
Greek? Are you Greek? We're sitting at the pool and we're talking to somebody, and it was a very Greek lady. And so Kim says, "Oh, he says, where are you from?" And blah blah blah. And Kim says, "I'm from New Hampshire, and I'm Greek." She goes, "Oh, you Greek?" And she said, "Yes, I am." She goes, "What is your name?" And
I
she
said,
goes,
"Kimberly."
"My name is Kimberly." She goes, "Kimberly?" She goes, "Yeah." "This is not a Greek name, Kimberly."
Yeah. Yeah, I've never lived that one down.
I could say that all day
You
long.
love that story.
This is not a Greek name, Kimberly. Love it.
All
We
right.
have the first segment is the top 5 Mykonos beach musts of 2013.
Yes.
And coming in at number 5 is...
Venturing out to Ilia Beach. So everybody goes to Mykonos and they hit the beaches that are most popular. Namos is Paraga Beach, or there's some other ones in there, but no one really ventures to the other side of the island, right? Because one, you need either a scooter or a car or something like that to really explore all the little nooks and crannies.
Yep.
And each year we go back, it seems like a new beach is organized.
Nude Beach?
New,
No.
not nude.
Wrong show,
You
sorry.
are still...
I don't know what's going on.
I do. You're a man.
Mm.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that.
So, yeah, so you venture around to different beaches, and we've been there many times, right, to Mykonos, and we've never been to this part of the island.
No.
So we took a little drive, and we found Ilia Beach, which, let me show you real quick a couple of pictures. It's a stunning beach. Like, the water is crystal clear blue, right? They have a great restaurant right on the beach called Ilia Restaurant, aptly named. And you can rent a sunbed and just swim. The water is nice. It's calm. So if you're bringing kids or anything like that, the water is calm there. It's in a little cove. And it's really beautiful. So we wanted to, for number 5, for your beach must in Mykonos, go to Ilia Beach.
And coming in at number 4.
We lived here. I felt like we lived here at this beach. We've been there many times before, but they organized it this year with these beautiful sunbeds. Let's show them real quick, the sunbeds. Yeah, so you get this massive black sunbed, and I didn't even tell them where it was. Agios Ionis, and it's specifically at the restaurant called Hippie Fish. And that's who organized that section of the beach. So you can sit there, and we created a cocktail. We created like a champagne sangria.
Yeah, I didn't have it.
And we just wanted it, so they made it for us, a pitcher, I think.
For some reason or another, I don't know why, this time around it was like our go-to spot.
It was. Well, it's so beautiful because you can look out at the ocean again, and it's like a little protective cove, because this year it was really windy. So we were searching out places we could go and not get blown off the island. But it's this little protective cove, and it's right across from the mythical island of Delos, or Delos, or however they want to say it.
Speaking of Delos, did you tell them?
Not yet. We're going to do that in the next show.
We have a very special
Delos. You'll have to tune into the next podcast for that.
Okay.
So you can sit there, look out at Delos, and order food, sushi, Greek, whatever. The food's great. It's a beautiful atmosphere. Here's a couple more pictures.
So you get the idea. I mean, this place is just insanely beautiful. I sat there and just listened to podcasts, picking out new music for my sets, watching the sunset, and it was absolutely incredible.
I actually sat there doing Greek mythology.
That's right.
My course from NYU on Greek mythology, which is really neat.
Can you share that with them? Show them?
Not yet.
You know what? Okay.
I'm not done.
It's a lot of things.
Not
wow.
done.
A lot of things are coming up here.
I have to hold things.
Okay, coming in at number 3 is the Thai massage. Tell them about the Thai massage.
You tell them. You're the one that always gets it.
Basically what they do, if you've never had this done before, a Thai massage is not like your basic Swedish massage, say that 3 times, where they're just slowly massaging you for relaxation, or it's not like a sports massage where they're going deep tissue. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a deep tissue massage where they're going deep. This is very physical. This is where they're actually like coming behind you and grabbing you and just bending you backwards. So it's almost like
I have a video.
It's almost, well, let's show them.
getting clapped. Not to be confused with the clap, just clapped.
So you see, not only do I get the clap in that one, but they'll actually physically bring you back, and they'll be clap. It's a very interesting clapping.
Did you get the clap?
Very interesting massage that they do right there on the beach with a couple of cocktails and people around you, like watching you get this done. It's a strange experience, but
it's awesome, and it's like 20-30 euros.
Yeah,
so
it's not that expensive.
Why not?
And coming in at number 2.
You gotta pop some champagne at Super Paradise. This one just keeps coming back. It's Super Paradise is legendary in Mykonos, and if you like to party, you gotta be there 4, 5, 6 o'clock, VIP table or not. Just grab a bottle of champagne.
You actually don't need a VIP table. I mean, it's great to have one.
We actually had a rock this time. We had a VIP rock.
Doesn't matter. It really
was fun.
This is not one of those cases where like you have to have one.
It's but you could. You could.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And so we're actually working on getting Rob to be able to play there next year.
That'd be fun.
Which is a really funny thing. Actually, the guy told him to send him a 1-hour mix, and if it was good enough, he'd let him play.
By the way, if you ever want to hear my stuff, it's pretty easy. I go to my website. I got a new website. It's djmurgatroyd.com, and on there, it's got all the the links to different. You can go to
HowToBeAMontepoulos.com.
You can.
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the
You can
show
go to
notes.
SoundCloud and listen to all my.
I'll put it in the show notes.
All my shit.
But yeah, so he told him. He said, "Listen, I'll give you 1 hour, and if people aren't dancing on the tables in 1 hour, then I'm bringing another DJ in."
How about that? How about the owner is like, you got 1 hour. If they're not on the tables, you're out.
Yeah, because that's what this place is about. So here's a little video of what it is like at Super Paradise. There you go. Kitty cats, popping champagne, all kinds of fun.
So coming in, drum roll, snare drum roll to be specific, because I'm now musically inclined. Coming in at number 1 is
Dancing on the Bar at Paraga, Beaches, Kahlua Beach Club.
Just love that friggin' place.
We don't know why we love it so much. I think because it's not as pretentious as, let's say, Dancing on the Table at Namos, which is nice, but honestly, it's like, buying a $100,000 bottle of champagne just to spray. It's a little more laid back, but the people there are really, really awesome to hang out with. Like, they're just cool people.
Yeah, this year, my boy Alex, give him a little love over here.
Christian last year.
Christian, his brother. Alex just kind of runs the show over there, and just a cool dude.
Dancing on the bar there is definitely, or dancing at all. You don't have to get up on the bar, but it is quite a fun party.
You've alluded to the morning after iPhone.
Which most of these, like definitely Poppin' Champagne at Super Paradise and Dancing on the Bar at Paraga, has led to the next segment. The morning after iPhone check.
Yeah, let's start this with the picture.
Okay, so the first picture is how the night starts after we go to Super Paradise. So we've done the Super Paradise champagne party, and then we decide to go out for dinner, and we run into this clown, literally.
It was really funny. You'll see what I mean.
All right, so he's a clown.
Okay, with a penis.
That makes penises and headphones. And by the way, 2 years in a row, we have gotten penises and headphones from this clown.
Do not know why.
So there you go, penises and clowns. And here's what happens as you drink just a little bit more with the penises. Penis balloons.
Peni
balloon. So if I said to you, you wake up the next morning and there's no photo, and I go, okay, last night you had a penis balloon on your head and you were aiming the penile into the mouth of a 9-foot tall drag queen, Darren, Because I'm pretty sure it's Darren doing
You know what I'm
it.
thinking? As you're explaining this, I'm thinking that the word phallic symbol must have come from the Greek word to mean drag queen.
And then here's a couple more pictures from with the headphones in the morning after. So there you go.
Very little recollection of that night.
So yeah,
So going
that's
from
fun.
one end of the spectrum, which is the drag queen penis night, all the way to the other end of the spectrum, which is milking a goat.
Yeah.
So let me.
You want to set?
Can I set this one up?
Sure.
My wife, Kimberly, which is not a Greek name, has this obsession with goats. And
No, that's not true. I have an obsession with animals.
animals, but
I love animals.
But particularly that we seem
After
to be in
Greece,
we particularly seem to be in a goat phase of our
we're
life.
in a goat phase.
Yeah. So I don't know how long this phase will last, but
You have DJing, I have goats.
Right.
What's the problem?
one of the guys at the Andronicus, Michele is his name, is an amazing man, young man. He's in, I guess, college now.
Yeah, very smart.
Super
but just
smart.
super kind.
Works in the summer, I guess, to take care of college. In the fall at the Andronicus, and what?
I have no idea what you just said, but
He
okay.
works at the Andronicus in the summer to help pay for college in the fall.
Okay.
What was hard about that?
Didn't come out that way.
So, yes, it did. We'll rewind it. It was perfect. Do they still rewind? Yeah, they do. So, my tangent. Okay. So, anyway, long story short, it's a long story, even longer. She says, "Do you know where I can go on a farm and see a goat?" So he's like, "Well,
I wanted to go see. We're passing all these farms all the time, and I see all these animals, and they're so close, and I just want to reach out and pet them, but I know I shouldn't do that because I'd probably get bit."
So he's like, "Well, my family has a farm here, and we have goats,
And we can set it up.
So we took 2 or 3 days to really work this out.
This was the most magical thing. So sweet.
And he took us on a tour of his farm, which was amazing in itself. But keeping the story to the goat, we got an opportunity to milk a goat.
Well, we could pet them and milk them. They were feeding, and
which, by the way, is not as easy as you think it is. You think?
So,
let's just show him.
I'm gonna take that testicle.
It's not a testicle.
You don't look.
It's a boob.
It's a boob. Yeah. Oh, it's not so easy. Oh, it's not so easy. Look at me.
Did you do it?
No, he did. Hold on.
Oh, it's like a trick. You can't do it.
Up. Like this?
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry, lady.
Did you do it?
Nope. Ah.
okay, so real quick, the whole point of this is that Rob reaches in, and I'm going to show this video one more time so they get it this time. Rob reaches in to milk the goat and goes, "I can't get my hand around his testicle."
When you're at the back of something, right? The balls usually hang down the back, right? So I'm at the back.
What do they have, 6 balls?
I don't know, but I'm at the back, by the ass, and the balls are hanging. So I'm in there, and I'm
so getting an explicit rating.
I'm nervous. Okay, I don't know. I've never fondled anything like that. I've never been in there, and he's like,
That's not true. I have photos in the last segment to prove different.
Just grab it. So I reacted. I reacted in the moment, and I said it was a testicle. I confused it.
He said, "I can't get my hand around the testicle."
No, but the best part.
I'm going to play the video again real quick. Hold on. Here you go.
I'm gonna take that testicle.
It's not a testicle.
You don't look.
It's a boob.
It's a boob.
Yeah, you heard it.
The best part about this story is the Greek guy's like, "It's not a testicle, it's a tit." I'm like, "It's a what?" Like the guy doesn't speak any English at all. And then the word he calls it, they call it a tit? Really? I was like, "There's no other word?" He's like, "No, it's a tit." I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay."
So there you go. So thank you, Michele, for setting that up for us. And if anybody does go to Mykonos and you would like to fondle a tit, you can either go to Super Paradise or you can go to a goat farm.
All right, so
But I do suggest, in all honesty, I do suggest getting out and seeing the agricultural part of Mykonos because it's really quite fascinating.
I'm going to skip our next segment. We'll come back to it. There's something that you really need to do. If you want to go on your...
You don't like my order?
No, the order is just, I wasn't filming it.
Okay.
The
Whatever.
There's something that you need to add to your bucket list. Whether you like electronic music, DJing, blah, 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 or not, I really recommend that you Google TomorrowWorld.
I'll put it in the show notes.
TomorrowWorld is basically a music festival that started in Belgium.
That's Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. They had to rename it TomorrowWorld because Disney had a patent on it or something. And it's been this massive explosion where people from all around the world, to the tune of like 30, 40, 50,000 people, go through this farm in Belgium for 3 days, kind of like Woodstock-y, to listen to
Woodstock
music.
with tutus.
Yeah, and everybody dresses in a certain way, and we'll show you some video and stuff. It's kind of like a ravey sort of thing. And you listen every hour, there's like a new DJ that comes on. There's like 6 or 7 different tents with different genres of house music that you can listen to. But it's all based around love and having a great time. Well, they just brought it to America. And crazily, is that a word? I don't know. Crazily, they brought it to Atlanta.
An hour from our house.
So we've got some footage. Let's just show them some footage.
Step into your wildest dreams. Welcome to TomorrowWorld.
So you can see, it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland for adults. And it's
Can we talk about the tutus for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, if you're going to, when in Rome, right? If you're going to go to these events, at least dress the part. Because if you show up looking like you're going to church or something, it's going to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I was going to wear a tutu, a blue tutu. I was going to skip the bikini top and all of that. I think I'm a little too old for that at this point. But I went with the tutu and the whole thing, the makeup, and it was a lot of fun. So we went on Friday afternoon, and we're driving down around noon to this big, beautiful field in Georgia. And he's like, let's stop and get a sandwich for the way down. We live in Buckhead. Okay, Buckhead is like the ritzier area, let's go with. He stops at a restaurant that's mostly businessmen and such at lunch during the week. And he's like, let's go in and get a sandwich. I'm in a frickin' tutu. Like a bright blue tutu.
With sparkles.
With like, ear things and sparkles all over my face and fishnet. And he's like, yeah, come on. I'm like, I'm not going in.
Wouldn't get out
I'm
of the car.
not
I think
going
we have a picture?
Oh, yeah. We have
Let's
a picture.
show the tutu, I'm not getting out of the car picture. So.
What's awesome, though, is every person that walked by looked in the car and was like, this is weird. But then when I finally got to TomorrowWorld, I was with my people. So just a note on TomorrowWorld from another perspective. People always talk about all the drugs and whatever at raves. Are there drugs? Yes, there are. But there's also drugs at Woodstock. There was also drugs at every other concert and festival in the world. And there's drugs probably in your neighbor's house. So are there drugs? Yes, you don't have to do them. We actually keep getting approached by people who are going, are you rolling? And we're like, no, we don't do drugs.
I'm so off that when they're asking me that, I'm like, no, I'm not rolling. I'm standing.
Can you tell him real quick the story about the girl? I'm going to tell part of it. So we're sitting there at night and Tiesto is on and I'm sitting on the ground because now it's 12 hours in the tutu and that thing gets itchy.
No,
so,
I think it's better for me to tell it.
I will, but I'll let you do that part. So I was sitting on the ground and my husband's right next to me. All of a sudden, this girl comes over, no lie, and starts doing this.
on me.
On him. And I looked up, and I'm so not jealous, and I was like, I need a break. Perfect. Have fun.
Nice.
And so this is happening. He's videoing, taking a video. So he stops, and then the girl says,
hi. And I was like, hi, can I ask you a question? yeah, no, not can I ask you a question?
Can I
She
give you a
goes,
hug?
can I give you a hug? And I said, sure, no problem.
Now
She
I have
goes-
a girl in a tutu and a bikini top hugging my husband.
So she gives me a hug, and so I look back at her and she goes,
She's feeling good now.
Can I give you another hug? And I was like, sure, not a problem. Now I'm into this. I mean, like, this is a whole thing. My wife's good. No, I'm kidding. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Other show.
Now, right. Now I'm feeling it. I'm like, this is great.
He's like, I must be handsome tonight.
Gives me another hug. And she goes, it's just that. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, it's just that I think it's so amazing that someone your age is here. It's incredible. I was like, what?
He was
She
grandpa
goes-
at the festival.
I was like, you gave me a friggin' like
grandpa hug.
grandpa like sympathy hug? Really? So yeah.
So that's
what
smart.
happens when you're pushing 50 and you go into a 20-year-old event.
Yeah.
So speaking of videoing, to wrap up this show, there's a really cool new little app that we've been messing around with that you may want to try. It's called Spark. And think of it as like a filter that you would use on Instagram or Facebook for your video. So you video something, you hit stop, and you can choose which filter.
There's all kinds of cool filters.
And we have it on our iPhone. I'm sure you can get it.
Yeah. Here's a
other
little snippet of some video I just took today using different filters.
So there you have it.
There
That
you
is
have
your tip for the week. We are excited to be back in your lives. If you're into this, shoot us an email. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what we can do better. Let's see.
And we also want to say thank you because you guys, we have almost 50, or maybe we do have 50 now, written reviews, and 5-star ratings on iTunes, and we really, really appreciate it, and we want to keep it going. So if you guys love listening to our babble.
Okay, listen to me.
What?
Listen to me. I'm asking one simple question.
Oh my God, we're
Would
back
it
to this
kill
again.
you? Would it kill you? Would it break your heart to take a second out of your day to walk over all this amazing content you get? How much did you pay for this?
We stopped.
This entertainment. You're driving around in your car. You're listening to our stories. You're enjoying this wonder. All of this entertainment you have didn't cost you a nickel. Not a penny. Would you go over, for karma's sake, just for karma, go over to iTunes, type in Jet Set Insider, put a 5-star review, let me know that the work we're doing here is valued. It is time for a change.
Honey.
Sorry. And if you want to follow us on Facebook.
You guys tried doing this 24 hours a day, by the way.
If you want to follow us on Facebook.
You'll be letting the girl hug him too.
How do they follow us on Facebook?
Well, go to Facebook, type in Jet Set Life, one word, and I'm sure you'll come up with our mug, and you can follow us.
What about Instagram?
Instagram and Twitter, it's at Jet Set Life, and that's pretty easy. It's a whole lot easier than at Papa Diamantopoulos, I can tell you that much.
Tried to do this in 30 minutes. We can never make it in 30
It's
minutes.
because you're chatty.
I
can probably edit this out.
Not a word.
All
Not
right.
a word. See you guys next time. Bye. Ciao.